The best swimmers are able to change between different gears, different speeds, different intensities across all the different strokes. Being able to alternate your speed on command is one of the biggest differentiators between swimmers of varying levels. For example, level 1, it's easy, long, strong, cruising pace. Level 2, gear 2, you're cranking it up, a little bit more variability with your intensity. And then level 3, if you have 3 levels, is the most intense. And the best swimmers can alternate between these different gears on command. The most proficient swimmers all have a perfect streamline. It starts by putting one hand over the other, and your top hand, your thumb, grabs the bottom hand. If you don't push off the wall like this, or you don't start off the blocks and dive and enter the water through a narrow hole, you're missing out on the fastest part. And the most important word in swimming is streamline. The best swimmers know how to write SMART goals. Now, if you're not familiar with this process of goal setting, SMART is simply an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. You have to have a very specific goal. You can't just say, I want to swim faster. The best swimmers are able to clearly articulate and then write down what their goal is. Swimming a 2:35 in the 200 freestyle in 6 weeks at the Masters State Championships. The way you're gonna do that is by taking 3 dolphin kicks off every single wall from now on in swim practice. You have to be that specific, and that's how the best swimmers perform. Now, the top swimmers are able to surround themselves with positive people because you are a reflection of your environment. And the fastest swimmers are not only around other fast swimmers, and they spend time, invest their time in these environments that are able to foster not only these connections with people who have similar goals and a similar mindset, but to also create a mental state where they can succeed and push themselves. So if you want to be a fast swimmer, you got to surround yourself with those who are committed to having the same goal as you. You also have to have a consistent routine. This not only means your ability to get in the water on time, but even the way that you go to sleep, the time you go to sleep, your morning routine, your evening routine, what you do behind the blocks before you race, before you do a workout, the way you put your goggles on. The idea here of having a consistent routine is that you don't have to think about things. You do the same thing over and over. That way your mind can really focus on what matters, and that is your performance. Put everything else on autopilot. Trust is really important to swimming fast. It's in the relationship that you have with your coach, trusting in the process, trusting in the training plan. Now, if you don't have a coach or you swim with the MySwimPro app, regardless of how you get your workouts or how you figure out what you're gonna do when you go to the pool, if you don't trust in the process, if you don't follow a specific guide, and you don't have that relationship with your coach or your training plan, you're never going to be successful. You're always going to be passed by those who are following a plan and have a trusted relationship with the coach that is executing the plan with them. Again, if you don't have a coach, make sure you join the MySwimPro app so you can get a personalized training program just for you. And the most proficient swimmers are able to identify their weaknesses and work on them. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, whether it's how you push off the wall in streamline, your underwater dolphin kicks, your catch, your body position, your breath capacity, your lung capacity. Best swimmers are able to pinpoint these specific areas and improve on them. You know your strengths and you need to push into those and be as good as possible. At the same time, you recognize your weaknesses and you know where you can see the most improvements. The best swimmers are able to visualize their successes, to literally close their eyes and imagine what it looks like to swim fast, what it feels like to step onto the blocks. And all of this visualization happens before you even get to the pool. And being able to do this on a regular basis, consistently, before you go to bed at night, first thing in the morning. This is a successful trait that all the best swimmers have. One of the things that I respect most about someone is not necessarily how fast they are, but what they do when they succeed, when they do swim fast, how humble they are. The best swimmers, one of the most positive traits that you can have is being humble. Being humble when you succeed and also being humble when you fail, letting failure humble you. Being open to the opportunities of improvement. You're humble in the journey and you uplift all those around you as well. You know, the top swimmers, heck, the top athletes, they all eat really healthy, eating clean, making sure that they're not putting junk food into the body, because if if you want to perform, you need to put top performance fuel into your body. And a lot of swimmers simply forget this, but if you look at all the top in the world in any discipline, they are methodical in what they put into their body, making sure they are fueling for success. The most important part of any kind of training is not the training itself, but the recovery. If you're not recovering, your body's just gonna be broken down. And the best swimmers and athletes know this. A lot of that recovery happens when you sleep. So making sure you have a consistent routine, and that allows you to sleep at the same time, you wake up at the same time, and your body gets into this pattern of breaking itself down in the day during training and then recovering at night. The best swimmers are continuously training out of the water, whether it's doing dryland like push-ups, what I'm doing right now, or training in the gym, lifting weights, making the body active, and building in that muscle activation so that way you can excel. The best athletes in the world are doing this on a regular basis. And if you want to level up, you got to do the same. If you want to be a top swimmer, you have to know how to race. Even if you're not going to a competition, you're not stepping onto the blocks, being able to race with yourself, to vary your intensities when it comes to doing a challenging workout. If you are going to a race or a competition, being able to step on the blocks and hone in all of your focus on that singular moment, really maximizing your full potential. And this all comes not from instinct, it's not natural ability, from repetition, from practice, doing it over and over, and really focusing when the time matters on those specific skills. You must dare to be different. I challenge you to make sure you are being your unique self. Have an individual mind and that sense of purpose and belief, and that you are who you are and you are unique. That makes you different, and that is a common trait that all the best swimmers have. The most efficient swimmers have incredible distance per stroke. That means how much distance you travel for every arm stroke that you take. Now in freestyle, this counts every time your arm comes out of the water. When your fingertips enter the water, making sure you slide and reach a few more millimeters or a few more inches or centimeters, however you measure it, really reach and get more water, more distance per stroke. Now, if you can maintain the amount of power you have per stroke and you increase your distance per stroke, you're gonna swim faster. You must be a student of the sport. And by watching this video, you're already several steps ahead of the curve. So thank you for watching the video. Like it, comment down below, and really engage, because that's what it takes to be a student. You're always learning. You're always trying to connect with others and really find the mentors and the teachers who are going to be able to impart wisdom. You should continue this process, even outside of swimming, to really try and find and connect and learn from others, so that way you are continuously leveling up your knowledge, so that way you can apply it to your own life, so that way you can reach your full potential. The top athletes know how to say no. Say no to all the distractions, all the things that are holding you back. It could be people, it could be time commitments, it could be mental energy. Stop wasting your time thinking about these other people, gossiping, all of that stuff. The best athletes, the best people know how to say no, keep focused, and not let all these silly things in life distract you from what your ultimate goals are. The most successful people in the world and in athletics live and breathe with a positive attitude. I already mentioned this, and it just goes to show how important it is. You need to not only surround yourself with positive people, but you need to be the light and the energy that radiates to others. Feel the positive energy, be a positive person. That will not only spread to others, but also within your own day-to-day. Everything that you do, the positivity will have an advantageous outcome on anything that you pursue. The top people that I've met in my life, in swimming and outside of the pool, always know how to help others. Not only swim faster in the swimming sense, but just be better people. These are those positive folks who are always encouraging and really empowering others who are around them to be the best version of themselves. And there's actually a principle around this concept called the protege effect. And this states that when you teach others, you actually learn more yourself. So go out there, empower others, and teach others how to swim faster, so that way you can swim faster too. The top athletes, whether it's Michael Phelps, Katie Ledecky, it doesn't matter. They know how to perform under pressure. They can perform under stress Because if you think about the training environment that you have or the pool that you swim at, it's pretty casual. You go there every single day and your body just gets used to going through the motions. But when you insert a little bit of stress, whether it's going to a competition or the water temperature is different, maybe your piece of equipment is missing, whatever the challenge is at the moment, being able to perform in the set, in the competition, or the overall event under pressure and under stress is one of the things that differentiates the top people when it comes to performance. Now, if you guys have been a regular viewer of my channel, you know I'm all about pushing yourself to be the very best each and every single day. In order to do that, you have to take a holistic approach to your training, and one of those components is your breath control. And I wanna thank Aerofit, the official breathing partner of MySwimPro, to sponsoring this video. When you do breath control, it's going to improve your vital lung capacity. And you wanna be able to train this both in and out of the water. For out of the water, you can use the Aerofit breathing trainer. Now this program will strengthen your diaphragm and the muscles between your ribs so you can inhale more air on every breath. When your breathing muscles are strong, your breathing rate, your heart rate, and your blood pressure are gonna go down. You can train this with just 5 to 10 minutes per day following the app, and it'll build you a specific program just for you. Check out the link in the description to get a discount off your Aerofit breathing trainer, and you can start mastering all the different skills both in and out of the water like never before. Along with that, you have to have resiliency. A challenge comes at your way and you're not gonna let it stop you. A difficult set, your goggles break, you lose your swim cap. In life, in swimming, you're gonna have all these challenges that come your way, and the thing that separates people is this resiliency, not giving up. Challenges will come, and those who persevere will come through on top. You've got to love this thing. You've got to love swimming. You've got to make sure that when other people are sleeping in and getting cozy in the morning when it's cold, you're jumping in that freezing pool because you love it. You love that feeling of discomfort because it's become part of your identity. The smell of the chlorine, all of these elements tie in to the passion of the sport. Whether you love to race or you love to train, if you don't love something about swimming, then you're not going to stick with it long enough to have the resiliency to overcome challenges and break through that stress. When you watch a top swimmer compete or even just train, everything just looks so perfect. It's all put together. And the reason for that is because they have developed these swim-specific skills. If you take a top-level athlete, a bodybuilder, anyone, you throw them in the pool without any swim training, they're not going to go very fast. They might sink like a rock because they haven't developed these specific skills. As you get more advanced in swimming, you start to refine your feel of the water, the way your fingertips enter the water, the way your body position sits, how you do a flip turn, the way you dolphin kick off the wall. All of these skills get sharpened through repetition, and the best athletes are able to pinpoint exactly where to find the measurable improvement, and they do that every single day. You have to have confidence. The best swimmers are able to move through all the challenges with conviction, whether it's tackling a difficult set, being able to motivate yourself to push when you're just absolutely falling apart, or to attack the race the way that you've trained to do so. If you don't have confidence, you're not going to be able to attack the race, to attack your workouts, and most importantly, attack life. So move through your day with confidence and you'll be happy you did. Most importantly, the top swimmers in the world all know one thing: why they swim. It's something deep within them that's driving them, whether it's fitness, competitive edge, or an internal drive to be the best that they can possibly be. If you watch all the top swimmers, they are driven with purpose. Every training session, every workout, every Dryland session, and when they go to competition, it is 100% focused. And this is common amongst the top performers in not only swimming, but also in life. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out this one over here, 10 of the biggest things you need to stop doing if you want to swim fast. Let's go, swim fans. Woo!